Are you tired of losing all your bets? I guess it's high time you discovered these secrets. In the world today, the market for sports betting has become quite substantial. While betting on all their favourite sports, many people have been able to make huge sums of money every day. But unfortunately, this is only 3% of gamblers. Have you ever wondered why you're not part of this 3%? Although the internet would make you think betting is an equal playing field, this is not entirely true. On the contrary, the bookmakers almost always win. As a matter of fact, sports betting systems have been programmed to make you lose money. In other words, the full story is not fully black and white. So before you start betting on your favourite sport, it's very crucial in our opinion that you're aware of some facts about sports betting. In the end, these are the secrets that betting companies do not want you to know. Stay tuned to find out. Sports betting has a built-in edge, just like most games of chance. This is typically thought of as commission when you pay a bet. In the gambling industry, that commission is known as the vigorish. The vigorish is returned to you when you place a winning wager, but when you lose, you forfeit both the main wager plus the vigorish. Take, for instance, you place a $20 bet on a game. $18 happens to be your base wager, while the remaining $2 is your vigorish. If you win, you'll most certainly receive your $20 wager plus a profit of $18, making it $38. To you, that may sound cool, but what if you look at it from the other way around? I mean, if you lose the bet, you will obviously forfeit your entire $20. Honestly, that's not a good bet. In a way, the deck is stacked against you. This is one of the techniques used by betting companies to exploit you. Firstly, think about betting as a mathematical probability. There is a chance that you'll win or lose, making it 50-50 and the odds of 2.0. As a matter of fact, no bookmaker would give you the odds of 2.0. I mean, that wouldn't bring any money in. Instead, they would include a profit margin in the chances and provide odds of 1.95, which is equal to the likelihood of 51.3%. This supports the idea that the margin setters are more skilled than you and the odds makers have a relatively larger purse than you do. If a bookmaker provides the odds of 2.0 on either event, for instance, let's say you see a game with odds of 2.05, which equate to the chances of 48.8%. You'll want to place a bet because you're aware of the huge profit. But then, you only place a bet when you are confident that the odds are in your favour. Let's take, for instance, a betting company that gets $20 in stakes from two bettors in a particular game. After that game, one bettor loses while one wins. The betting company will pay out the $20 along with the $18 of the money from the losing bet. The remaining $2 is obviously profit. Now, imagine this same scenario on a large scale. In other words, the sportsbook earns about 5% of the balanced game. This is what contributes to the success of running a bookies. In reality, betting rarely has similar action on each end of a game. Contrary to what most sports gamblers assume, the lines set by the odds makers aren't projections of the final score. Rather, they are based on a projection of the amount of action they can generate at each end of the game. One of the main causes of the shortfall of long-term winners among bettors is due to this. If you become proficient in manipulating games, you can place winning bets once you can predict the conclusion of a game and discover odds that are against the prediction. But if you think about that rationally, it doesn't make sense. If it were realistic, it would imply that the bookmakers have access to supernatural powers that allow them to foresee the future. If we look at a football game, for example, there are three possibilities while placing a bet. It's either the home team wins, the away team wins, or the game ends in a draw. As you may know, there are always favourites in every match. So let's assume that Team A has a higher chance of winning with maybe a 50% probability. Team B has a 30% chance of winning, and the match being a draw has a probability of 20%. They all add up to 100%. And in terms of betting, if one outcome occurs, the odds must drop for the other. After converting these probabilities into the decimal fraction, these costs will reflect the real worth of an event. In the long run, neither the bookmaker nor the bettor would profit if bets were placed on the true odds. As a result, It's very difficult to become more adept at setting lines and predicting sports results than bookmakers. On the brighter side, there are many ways to manipulate and outperform sportsbooks. But do you know how to go about that? There are many strategies. One of them is to understand what value betting is. Value betting is a sports betting method that involves taking bets that offer a higher rate of return than the anticipated risk. But how do you recognise a value bet? You must first comprehend the relationship between a team's chance of winning and the related odds. Odds of 2.7, for instance, indicates that the sportsbook will pay you 2.7 times your stake, for a net return of 1.7 times your initial stake. To calculate the probability, just divide 100 by your odds. Let's give some illustrations. If you have 2.0 odds, then you have a 50% chance of winning, since 100 divided by 2 is 50. As a result, 2.7 is an odd that has a larger payoff but a lesser chance of winning because 100 divided by 2.7 is 37%. To have a practical model for betting, you must understand fair odds, which are theoretical odds that accurately reflect the likelihood of a team winning. Simply put, a value bet is one in which the probability of a particular outcome is higher than the odds being offered. It involves placing bets only when the odds of winning are higher than those predicted by the sportsbook. Suppose Arsenal is playing a match with 3.0 odds of winning, which means Arsenal has a 33.3% probability. However, if your fair value calculation points at a 45% chance of winning, then you will have the fair odds of 2.2. This is your first value bet. If you want to estimate your profit, simply subtract your sports market probability from your fair probability and divide it by your sports market probability. So in this case, you will have 45% minus 33.3%, then divided by 33.3%. This will give you a total of 0.35. This means you can always expect a 35-cent return on every dollar staked. To learn more about value betting, you can watch our videos where we explain it in detail. But that's only one way to profit from sports betting. You can also outsmart the system by using matched betting. People use this betting strategy to take advantage of the bonuses and free bets that bookmakers give. Since it's based on the use of simple equation rather than chance, it's typically seen as risk-free. In this case, there are two factors you need to grasp in order to comprehend the fundamentals of matched betting. When engaging in matched betting, people use back bets and lay bets. A back bet is one in which we predict the outcome of an event. And when you bet something won't occur, this is known as a lay bet. By placing a back bet with one bookmaker and a lay bet with another, you guarantee that you will not lose money regardless of the outcome. The point is to play through the turnover requirements of the bonus to successfully withdraw the bonus money in the end. To learn more about this process, you can watch our detailed video about match betting. If you successfully implement these techniques, you will find yourself among the 3% that earn money from sports betting. There are also more strategies to use and more to learn about sports betting. A like and subscription would be great motivation for us to continue to share these tips with you. Thank you for watching.